And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win, the last video of the day that I'm pre-recording the day prior. This one comes to us from, let's see here now, where did your names go, everyone? Dion Isaiah Knight and Big Time True Death, who asked the question, who won in a fight? Mina Tepes versus Krul Tepes. Both have the same last name. Krul Tepes, the one on the right, my right. This technically it looks like my left, but at least for right I'm looking, but this is my right. On my right is from a series called Owari no Serafi. And Mina is from About Dance in the Vampire Bud. Now, this one, surprisingly, that anime I actually am aware of. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with the characters, but I'm aware of it. Both of them are vampires. Both of them are like chibi, not chibi, but both of them are like little girls who are actually very powerful vampires. Mina does have the ability to turn into an older form. In terms of strength, for Krul is basically being a vampire. Okay, she has immortality, immense strength that surpasses humans, and rapid body regeneration. Also, by being a third progenitor, she is stronger than those of a lower station. This is apparent when she easily defeats Feyre, who is the seventh progenitor. For all intent and purposes, she is one of the strongest beings in existence in the world. The swing of her arm can easily destroy a room where the force emitted can break into solid ground. Having a very sharp enhanced senses, she can discern activities occurring in Shibuya while she was on her way there. She was able to sense the location of her brother, a demon, which was largely invisible. As a noble, she has the ability and permission to turn a human into a vampire. She exercises the right on Mahiru and then Mika. Her ranks allow her to sit on the progenitor council. Despite being a vampire, Krul is not shown to own a first-class vampire weapon or any weapon of that matter. Her raw strength, however, is tremendous enough that she possesses supernatural speed. She is also shown to withstand several days of torture in the sun without the UV protection armbands. In fact, Krul herself states that her body has already begun to adapt to the never-ending burning she was experiencing, and she's slowly becoming comfortable with the sensation of constantly being incinerated, further showing that she's got extreme durability. That's impressive. Nowhere near the strongest vampire I've ever seen in any series, but, it's impressive. Mina does have a lot more abilities going for her. Now, as a vampire, she's a pure blood vampire from a firstborn family. Mentally, vampires vary perfectly normal. Mentally, vampires vary from perfectly normal persons with unusual dietary requirements to predatory, calculating beings to hunger-driven blood junkies. Generally, vampires are physically imposing beings with excellent strength, speed, senses, endurance, agility, and an extended living lifespan, nearly ageless, is a high-level resistance to damage. Other abilities include turning other beings into vampires, mental abilities, transforming, shapeshifting into animals, mist, etc. Note that vampires at least in this series, are able to learn magic to the variety of powers. Note that vampires are able to learn magic. So the variety of powers some have isn't so much a result of them being vampires as is their own studies, which is fair enough. Her abilities include blood consumption. She's able to cure wounds quicker than average human by basically drinking blood. Supernatural conditioning. Physical and mental abilities are glaringly, obviously supernatural. She has superhuman agility. Being more agile than most beings in the universe, capable of pushing beyond her normal level, including having combined balance, coordination, speed, reflexes, strength, endurance, all that of a normal human. Durability, her body tissue is apparently extremely dense, allowing her to withstand harmful forces on the body, such as crushing weights, impacts, pressures, changes in temperatures. In addition, vampires usually possess drastically enhanced levels of strength and stamina due to how durable their bodies become, allowing them to resist tearing muscles or breaking bones. Supernatural beauty, not that matters in this case, but she is supernaturally beautiful and can use this to affect others. Known as charisma, the Mina is always and under any circumstance, physically, personally, and socially perfect, graceful, and flawless, without anything that would make them look unattractive or distract them from their presence. Anyway, optimal fitness, he's basically always at peak potential. Semi-immortality. Vampires, as they cannot die excuse me, vampires as they can never die, but not immune to sunlight, even pure breed death, never age or result. They stay young forever, at least never suffer from the ravaging of aging. In Mia's case, she can age, but in a little bit slower than a human lifespan. But her mentality is getting to be mature through years, and vampires can shrug off virtually any kind of physical damage. Vampires are the defensive type, simply preventing all damage to appear physically invulnerable, while others are the regenerative type, surviving and quickly recovering from anything you can throw at them. And she has a supernatural mind. Mystic Eyes of Charm. It's a type of mind control that charms an opponent who looks into her eyes. Due to the bloodline from Vlad, she inherits the ability to be able to control an opponent she wants to command. She has shape-shifting. She uses this to change into a more mature version of herself. And she is completely immune to sunlight, which already gives her a leg up over Krul. So that's her general list of abilities. By the way, because of the nature of this manga and anime, finding a tasteful and not creepy image of Mina is not easy. Now, someone mentioned, did you find the Naruto image when I was talking about the Naruto sister video? I'm like, I couldn't find any non-creepy images, fan images, or whatever, just of Naruto for not being naked. So I'm like, let's use a picture of Boruto and his transformation instead. So is that, did you find the culture images of Naruto? I was like, no, I did not. I'm very aware they exist, though. And I'm like, and that's the thing, is like, Mina's kind of one of those characters, like, I need to be careful. YouTube can be a little scary sometimes. Anyway, so the thing is, Mina's got an edge over her just by being able to exist in sunlight, no problem. Krul can do that even without her protective armband, but she still will burn. Physically, because I'm not very familiar with the feats in these animes, it's hard to really depict where they lie strength-wise. It does, however, seem, though, that Mina's physicality is at least able to keep up to a very solid extent with Krul's. However, Krul's physicality, I think, just is like naturally... She has at least a natural greater level of strength. Excuse me. Well, we need to wet the whistle. She seems that, because she can literally just tear a room apart just by swinging her arm. I don't think Mina has quite that level of strength. At least not that the little I know of the series. But if these two were to meet in a fight, who wins? She doesn't carry a weapon, which is a big thing. I think these two are really going to be on pretty even terms. I get the impression Mina is a bit more physically oriented. Is the one is basically what I mean by that is she's more inclined to go and go into the fight. Do it hands-on is what I'm trying to say. She's more hands-on, willing to actually go into the fight herself. That said, that's not to say Mina can't fight, but if I remember correctly, she has like a werewolf guard / boyfriend thing, and that's kind of like her protector. So she has less experience probably fighting in hand-to-hand combat, but that doesn't mean she couldn't. So they'll probably duke it out for a while. Krul's edging out in strength, but from what I can tell, Krul has no real immunity from mind control at all. There's nothing that says she's got anything like that. And Mina has, the ability to just charm someone, basically. Just by looking in their eyes. If they deadlock, she can easily just hypnotize this character and just like, and say, all right, good night, or just, start draining her blood or whatever. So I think because Mina's definitely got durability to last the fight, even though I think Krul's got the strength advantage and like just overall like combat, because she's more capable of overall in a hand-to-hand fight because she's more willing to be in the hand-to-hand fight. She does have enhanced senses too, but that's not going to save her from being mind controlled at all. So I think it'll be a drawn-out fight for a little bit. They're going to be on relative even terms, with Mina pressing the edge when she actually gets strikes in versus when Krul pressing the advantage when she actually gets hits in versus when Mina does. Although I think Krul would still feel the hit when Mina hits her. But the minute they get into like a deadlock, maybe Krul pins Mina or something like that, or that she's kind of like doing the Dragon Ball scene thing where they grab each other's hands and just like squeeze. Just, ah! Then she's just like, look into my eyes. Tell me, what is it you desire? Not really, but still, she could be like, now be a good girl and just give me your neck, and then just drain her and just drink her blood and all that. So ultimately, I am going to go with Mina because she's got the durability to last in the fight, even though I think Krul's got at least somewhat, like, if Mina's here, Krul's maybe like hovering there as an advantage. Like, I don't think it's that big an advantage in physical strength, but I do think it's an advantage. And she might even have a speed advantage too. I can't really speak to that. But I think she's got the durability to last in the fight for a while, and then she's got the ability to honestly just stop the fight when she wants. So I'm going to go with Mina in this fight. This is just my opinion, and I don't know the characters very well. I'm just going by what I can find on their respective pages. So if you disagree with it, that's cool. Let me know why you disagree, and if you do, that's cool. No problem. Let me know also if you have an idea for who wins Star Wars, Superhero Magic, What If, anything to do in the channel, Lantern Court, Zombie 2 video, you name it. We'll do it at some point. Thank you for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, who wants to review something, put in the comments below. We'll do it at some point, hopefully. Hit that bell if you want to be notified, and I'll catch you folks on the flip side. Have a good one. Whoop. I should stop the video before I exit out of here.